This is Tanks Vlog, June 5th, 2018, wrapping up the day in sports. The Washington Capitals are now 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup, from hockey immortality, from having their name chiseled on Lord Stanley Cup. They are 1 win away from being able to erase years of frustration, years of heartbreak. And tonight they just went out there and absolutely hammered the Vegas Golden Knights 6 to the final. I mean, they just jumped all over the Vegas Golden Knights. Honestly, it was just a clinic what you saw tonight. A true clinic. And this is it. They must do this now. If they blow this, the Capitals will never be able to get over it. And they've blown 3-1 leads in the past. They've done it 5 times. 87 against the Islanders, 92 against the Penguins, 95 against the Penguins. They blew a 3-1 lead against the Canadiens in 2010 and against the Rangers in 2015. Now this is it. Now I think Game 5 will be tough for the Capitals. I think you'll get the, like tonight, you saw the best of the Capitals. I think in Game 5 you will see the best of the Knights. So that's it. The Capitals got to find a way. They could almost touch it, but they can't touch it. They don't want it. You got to remember, this is not over till it's over. So I know everyone in Washington is stoked. They're about ready to party. But just remember, you still got to get that last win, and that last win will be the toughest win of them all. Switching to baseball, mercifully, the Mets are off on Monday. Oh, I needed a break. I think everyone needs a break. What a disaster. Got interleague games all week for the Mets at Citi Field. 2 against the Orioles, the worst team in baseball. Who watch, they'll beat up on the Mets. And then this weekend, time to hide the children, hide the women, hide the dogs, hide the cats. Because it's not going to be pretty. Yankees will come into Citi Field and it's just going to get ugly, I feel. What a disaster. And of course, Mickey Callaway, it's too hard to play here. Anytime anyone says it's too hard to play in New York, and he's the manager of the New York team, that means he has got to go. He's saying that he can't handle the pressure. Anyway, the other team in New York that seems to be handling the pressure just fine, the Yankees, they had a makeup of a doubleheader of 2 games rained out in Detroit back in April. In the first game, Luis Severino pitched a solid game, moved to 9-1 as the Yankees got a couple of home runs, especially Austin Romine with a 3-run blast. The nightcap, however, did not go in their favor, as the teams belatedly celebrated Jackie Robinson Day with every player wearing number 42, as the Tigers won 4-2. Domingo Germán, who's been the Yankees' weakest link as of late, dropped to 0-4. Giancarlo Stanton did hit a big home run, but it was not enough in the 4-2 loss. And one Yankee who just wishes had a bad case of the Mondays was Aaron Judge, who had 8 strikeouts in the 2 games combined. Elsewhere, on a very light night in baseball, it was the Giants' 10-3 winners over the Diamondbacks. The Angels beat the Royals 9-6, and the Padres beat the Braves 11-4. One major reason why the night was so light was because the MLB draft was beginning in Secaucus, New Jersey, Tigers had the first pick, and they chose Casey Mize, a pitcher out of Auburn. The first 5 players all taken were out of college, and then came to the Mets, and went with some guy from high school, Jarred Kelenic. Now, with baseball draft, it's always a crapshoot, especially when it comes to Sandy Alderson, who rolls snake eyes every time. Now, it's going to take about 3, 4, 5 years before we even know what Kelenic is all about. I just hope maybe this time he actually picks someone good. I mean, you mess up on the 6th overall pick, you really are terrible. I mean, you really must get an all-star at the 6th spot. And I just right now do not trust this organization. Second round was also held, and the Mets chose a pitcher, youngest pitcher in the draft, Simeon Woods Richardson. He's only 17. He was picked with the 48th overall pick. And knowing the Mets, he'll be going under Tommy John surgery in about 3 weeks. When are the Mets going to learn? I mean, is it too much to ask to bring in some college sluggers? I just have no faith right now. No faith in anything this team does. It's going to take a while for them to earn my trust back. Today's 3 stars are T.J. Oshie of the Washington Capitals, Luis Severino of the Yankees, and Jeff Remarte of the Angels, who went 4 for 4 in their win over the Royals. Today's birthday shout-out goes to everyone's talking about Anthem protests these days. The original Anthem protesters were Tommy Smith and John Carlos, who threw up a Black Panther fist while winning medals, the gold and bronze medal in track in 1968 Olympics. Ironically, their birthdays fall on the same day, and they're 74 and 73 today. And we take a look back at 1948, when Babe Ruth, making one of his final public appearances, went to Yale to present a signed manuscript of his biography to the captain of the baseball team, a man named George Bush, who of course later went on to become president. So check out the full story at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Tuesday we'll be dropping a new episode of Allow Me to Be Frank. You could always click on the links at Sports Encyclopedia, SoundCloud, iTunes. We'll be tweeting out those links later today. We did a special half-hour part of the show was dedicated to Solo and the new Star Wars movie. And we brushed also a little bit on Infinity War, so check that out. I think we did a very good job. And of course, I recap my misadventures this past weekend. Good day.